Hey guys!
Hello friends!
Today we're going to be having a very special and unique video.
Because we're doing a long distance Q&A.
Literally!
This is to celebrate our 3rd anniversary as a long distance relationship couple.
We asked a bunch of our friends to create questions for us to answer.
We also wrote a bunch of questions to quiz each other, but we won't get to see what the other person made until it's time to film.
So let's see if he knows me that well.
Look! Let's see if she gets them right.
Tara, let's start!
Sige!
We met each other at a youth camp. It was around year 2010, but we didn't formally meet. We just knew about each other and then we started chatting for a bit. Facebook was still very new at that time. And we kind of stopped communicating when he went to the US for college. But we got reconnected in the year 2017 when he decided to go back home here in the Philippines and visit his parents. And the rest is history.
Dorothy and I met in 2009. My dad is a missionary to the Philippines, and we took our youth group to Dorothy's church because her church was running a youth camp. And she attended, I attended, and that's how we met.
This is a tough question actually, because on my side it's a yes and no. I think LDR is not for everyone, but it has worked out for us. I'm not saying that it wasn't difficult, because there are really points that, you know, you really miss him and then you can't really see each other physically and everything is just through video chat or chatting. But I think that we handled it pretty well because we're both busy, with him with work and then me with studying. We managed to just fit our schedule around that. The adjustment was gradual, but it was okay. I think being in LDR kind of fits my season right now because I'm still studying, so it allows me to be able to balance things better. And of course, I do wish that this would change in the future in God's perfect time.
Okay, 3-part question. How did you survive LDR? Well, we haven't survived it yet. We're still in it. Seriously though, it's not easy, but when you have the right person, it's worth the wait. Was it difficult? It's still difficult to this day. It's not easy being apart. We only see each other a couple weeks a year. I miss Dorothy every day, but like I said, when it's the right person, it's worth the wait. As far as the question to how do we cope with the time zones, luckily our time zones, Philippines is about 13 hours apart. So when I wake up in the morning, it's early evening in the Philippines. We call each other in the morning, and many times before I go to bed, she's waking up. So she'll call me before I go to sleep, and we talk then.
He would be a dog, specifically a pit bull, because he looks tough on the outside, but in the inside he's actually a softie. He's very sweet, he's very malambing, and yeah.
Describe each other as animals. Dorothy is a panda because she is Asian, she likes to lay around, and she likes to eat. So, panda for sure.
Yes, kabalo siya. Pero I guess I'll have him fully answer that.
Let's see. Question number 4. Kabalo si Jonathan magbisaya, sample daw be, hehe. Gamay kaayo ang akong kasabot. Isud kayo magsulti ko og Bisaya. I don't know. I can't. No, not very much. My Bisaya is not very good. No, I understand more Tagalog, but I am trying. I'm trying to learn.
I love how he's very sweet and he's very expressive. He also has a good sense of humor. But above all that, I'm really blessed with his maturity. He's so mature for his age, and it has caused me to learn a lot of new things and to grow to become a better person. He also encourages me to even grow deeper in my walk with God and be the best of who I can be.
The best thing I like about Dorothy is one of the first things I noticed about Dorothy, and that is she is very, very diligent and persistent, constantly working, and I admire that. It's a lot easier to love somebody when you also admire them. You know, that's a little tip. But yeah, and a lot of you guys that are her classmates that are watching this video, you know what I'm talking about, because she's picked up on your slack. Okay, where you guys slow down, she speeds up, so y'all get good grades and group projects. I know, I'm there helping her, so you watch yourself. Yeah, she's diligent, persistent, hardworking. It's very attractive, and I love that about her.
As for the hate, well, hate is a pretty strong word. Maybe dislike lang. There's not much that I dislike about him, really. But I guess I could say, maybe if I share a problem with him, or like I'm going through something, and then instead of like consoling me, he tries to think of a logical answer or a logical action to what I should do. And sometimes, maybe that's just me, sometimes I want to like feel my pain first and then we can talk about it. But yeah, sometimes annoys me, but it's not necessarily a bad thing.
What is the trait you hate most about each other? That is for Dorothy to know and is none of your business. Thank you.
Well, there's really a lot of aspects to this, but personally for me, I really ask God, na Lord, what are the traits that I should look for in a man? I had non-negotiables. I also had negotiables, but the non-negotiables, dapat yun na siya ma-meet. And if you ask me, how do I know if He's God's will for my life? I was careful to pray about it first before go into a relationship. I need to inquire from God and not be biased, because sometimes we parang pray nga, Lord, sana siya na lang. Marabitog. Katong meme nga, Lord, kung dili siya ang para sa ako, pugso nato. Or something like that. I really took time to think about it, to be at peace also, because I didn't want my emotions to get in the way of what is good for me or what God wants for me. So I had to make sure that we had the same vision in life, that we valued the same things, the same values, like for example, my faith, or whatever it is that you value, or what your goals are in life. I had to make sure that we were one with that, because it's so difficult, like being in a relationship that you don't have the same mindset, because it's like, for example, you're in a boat and you're both steering, but the other one is steering in the wrong direction or the opposite direction that you are, then you really go nowhere. So there's no point in being in that kind of relationship. So moto siya, all that to say, there's really no manual saying who to love, how to love, when to love, because everyone has a different love story, and there's different ways to communicate to God on what you want in a person, or how God communicates to you about it, or whatever you believe in, whether he or she is God's will or the one. I think the practical advice, Rajod, is they have to be in line with your standards, with the standards that you have asked for in a man or in a woman. So yun, and never settle for less.
I don't believe in the one, or as people commonly believe in it, as some person you're destined to be with. If you just meet this soulmate, that you two will be together and everything's just gonna work out because you guys are just meant to be. I don't believe in that. Okay, I think you need to reach a point in your life where you are mature enough emotionally and spiritually to take on a committed relationship that you're gonna work at and be good to that person, and hopefully move that relationship toward marriage. If you are in a state of spiritual and emotional maturity where you are looking for that kind of relationship, then you're going to be looking for someone who is also exhibiting traits that you would believe are good for marriage, or someone that would be a good spouse. And Dorothy is that person for me. So that goes along to the second part of the question, which is, do I think that we're gonna last forever? Well, yes, because if I didn't, I would not be with her. And I think that whatever issues arise, because every relationship is gonna have tough times, that she and I are gonna work them out, work through everything, talk through everything, be together through everything, because we're both the type of people that don't want to quit on a relationship because there's difficult moments. We want to grow together throughout life and tackle whatever challenges there are. So yes, I do believe Dorothy is the one for me, but not that there's any kind of destined soulmate thing going on. She's just the perfect person that I'm looking for, and I try to be the perfect person that she's looking for every day.
Personally, I would not encourage it, but I also think that I'm in no position to dictate anyone or tell anyone what to do or to judge them for their decisions. Kasi they have their own free will eh. And if they decide to go that path, I really hope that they thought about it and are willing to go through the good or bad consequences of their decisions. Because at the end of the day, sila naman sadang accountable to what they decide to do with their life. But if a friend were to ask me my honest opinion, I would say that it really is better to wait after marriage na lang.
What do I think about that? Well, based on my answer to the last question, I don't think you should do it. If you're a Christian, you definitely shouldn't be doing it, because if you believe in the Bible because you're a Christian, then no, you should not be living in with another person. And in a non-Christian relationship, I still don't think it's a good idea to live in together. There is a level of commitment that must be reached before you give of each other to each other. That commitment has to be agreed upon. To be quite frank with you, when you are not vowing yourselves to each other in matrimony, there's always a door open to leave. That's just a fact. So no, I don't think living together before marriage is a good idea. I'm old-fashioned that way.
On my end, I just give as much moral support as I can. I listen to him, I pray with him, and I support him because I know at the end of the day, kung whatever he decides to do with his life, I know man nga, he inquired to God first about it. So ako, go lang jud ko. I try to help as much as I can, give ideas or whatever. And then, yun, I back him up in prayer. Because he's a man of vision. Kana, I don't really have to tell him, oh, you need to do this with your life or whatever. Because I feel like that's God's role.
Well, right now, Dorothy is still in school, so I try to encourage her as much as possible. There's a lot of times that she runs into difficult classes with a lot of her science courses. I am not knowledgeable in a lot of the stuff that she's studying, but she's really smart, and I try to encourage her. I know she can accomplish what she hopes she can, what she dreams to do. And I guess early on when she was taking social science classes, because I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, I tried to write some papers for her in her social science classes to help her out. Other than that though, right now, because she's still in school, I just try to encourage her as much as possible. How do we manage to stay interested in each other? Well, I love Dorothy very much, and like I said earlier in the other question about whether or not I believe it'll all work out, yeah, I'm committed to her. So Dorothy is a very, very good person, and there's a lot I admire about her, and I love her. So I don't have to really try to stay interested. I just am. As far as tips in how to stay interested, what I do is I try to be the best person I can be for her, so she stays interested in me, honestly. And I think that she works on herself to try to be the best person that she can be, the best girlfriend that she can be. So I stay interested. If you're asking whether we get tempted to talk to anybody else, any other girl or any other guy, I definitely don't. I do not do that. Not interested in any other girls, and that's because I am constantly working on trying to be a better person myself. I don't even humor the idea of talking to another girl. If anyone messages me that I'm not interested in, I immediately block them. The only girls that I ever hang out with are girls that are already dating another guy, and the reason why I'm hanging out with them is because I'm actually hanging out with both of them as a couple, because I'm friends with her boyfriend or friends with her husband. I'm never alone with any other girls, never want to be. Dorothy's the only one for me.
Quiz time. I hope I get these right. Okay, I'm gonna read the questions now. What's my favorite color? Blue.
Correct.
What did I major in college? Criminal justice.
Correct.
What martial arts have I trained in? Well, obviously, jiu-jitsu. Krav Maga. Judo.
Incorrect.
And Muay Thai? What was my first job? Landscaping, I think. What is my favorite Filipino food? Kare-kare, especially from your Aunt Vicky. What's the name of my first dog? Bugoy?
Correct. Alright. Questions from Dorothy to me. Let's see how much I know. What is Dorothy's favorite flower? Dorothy has never told me her favorite flower, so I have no idea. And I'm gonna say tulips, because it's the first flower that came into my mind when I read the word flower. So tulips. What is the meaning of my name, first and middle? Every single name, for some reason, I don't even know where people get these ideas, but everybody's like, oh, my name means that I'm a gift from God. So there's that. Everybody thinks that. As far as what Gale means, I don't know. Gale is a wind. What is Dorothy's shoe size? I've never bought her shoes, so 7.5. 7.5. I don't know. What's my favorite milk tea order? This one I know, because I have to buy it all the time when I'm there in the Philippines. So I know her milk tea order. It is a coffee milk tea with 25% sugar. What was the sport I played when I was an HRM student? Dorothy played badminton. And also, some people tried to recruit her for the volleyball team because she is very tall for a girl, especially in the Philippines. But she's never played.
This commercial is brought to you by DeCurtis Vlogs.
Hey guys, UPS just dropped off a box for me. Let's see what it is. Aha! It's ammunition. PMC bronze, 9mm bullets. Full metal jacket. And there's 500 rounds of it. Those bullets go into my Glock 17 and my Glock 19. Okay, back to the questions. What was my least favorite subject in high school? Dorothy's least favorite subject in high school is Filipino. because I don't know. She doesn't love her country as much as I love mine.
Well, that's all the questions so far. I hope I did good enough, but I'm pretty sure Jonathan did way better than me. Or did he?
Thanks for watching and supporting my girlfriend with her new YouTube hobby.
I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please don't forget to click the like and subscribe button.
If you have any video ideas that you'd like to see Dorothy do on her new channel, please leave a comment below. See you later.
Bye!